All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man, Jay. So today I want to be discussing the OnePlus Open after a couple of weeks. Now, I think the reason this device might be kind of controversial is because everybody's probably shocked that OnePlus actually did this great out the gate. Now, using this straight through for the last couple of weeks, I've learned a lot about how I feel about foldable devices. So let me just say this right now. I think I said it once before, but I'll say it again. The OnePlus Open is better than the Pixel Fold, and it's better than the Z Fold 5. Right out the gate, it's better. How, Jay? The hardware is better, in my opinion. This looks better, feels better, and it's just way more lightweight too. And this is just dated now, period. This is new, and I love the design, but it just doesn't feel as premium. It doesn't feel as fresh. This feels like a tank in the pocket too. This is much lighter. The aspect ratio is actually better on the OnePlus Open, in my opinion, than both of these devices. And I think both of these two better step their game up. Samsung, give us something new. Google, give a redefined version of this device, because it's so sad that this is new and it feels clunky already and just bad next to the OnePlus Open already. It's sad. That's the truth. And yeah, I'm Team Pixel, but that device right there has always been somewhat controversial in my book. It just doesn't have the awe factor and the wow, like, oh man, it's good, but this has more of it. How about that? This looks better, feels better. The hinge is better than both of those hinges in the package here. Not having the glossy sides, just phenomenal. They all have a fingerprint reader in the power button, and that's good. That's a plus. But having the alert slider is just, I just put it on vibrate. Boom, done. Love it. So the hardware on this is better than those two devices as well, because you get a bigger display, higher quality display, brighter display, and you don't get that crappy shiny border around the displays. The other devices just don't look right now after looking at this one. Having the matte feel all over this is just one of the best things that OnePlus could have done. Also, where's it at? I can kind of see it, but folks, when I tell you, it's incredible that you can't really feel it in comparison to the other ones. I've been going back and forth, like, wow, how did they do this? And I didn't really notice it as much on some of the other devices, but now it's very pronounced that I have this device. That's just what it is. So their overall hardware on this is just better. Now, one area where they all kind of compete, but Google gets the edge, is portrait style photos and just some photos in general. Pixels are known for having great photos, but I got to tell you, this may come in second place to the Pixel Fold, but it's definitely way better than this device in so many areas. Video quality on this definitely beats out both of those, but the Samsung has better noise canceling. It's on par. And I think I said this in my other follow-up video, but now I'm a couple of weeks in and I'm out of review phase. Review phase is cool and everything, but just using this has just been a way better experience than those two could have ever asked for. I mean, they can't do it. So, on its worst day, this hardware is better and the overall experience is better. It has the better aspect ratio for the front display as well. It just feels right. It feels like a standard slab, but it's just a little bit more compact and it has a thinner frame. This is a super thin device. Even with this ginormous camera bump on the back, it's still better than these two camera bumps, in my opinion. Yeah. So if you're looking for a foldable device in the United States, this is what I recommend. This one costs the least out of all of these, and it has the better display in real world. Samsung has a great display, but this one it's a little bit bigger, and it just looks great. They're all vibrant, but I'm speaking in terms of the overall package for the money that you're going to spend. This one's definitely the one to get. The hardware on this is phenomenal. Now let's talk about charging. Now, people have made it a big deal to point out that this doesn't have wireless charging. So what? This has a charging brick in the box. This also charges to 100% in 43 minutes. Can these two do that? So I think you guys should get over this. Not everyone is doing this, but the petty people who keep bringing up it doesn't have wireless charging for the money it should have it. How about this has a charging brick in the box and these just come with a cable? You don't even get a charging brick and then you don't get fast charging. Take your slow wireless charging. Wireless charging isn't impressive unless it's 50 watts or more. And who actually did that in the past? OnePlus with their other devices. So I'm not going to hold them to this high standard of just because I paid a lot of money for it, it should have wireless charging, because I'm sure they thought it through and said, okay, we don't have wireless charging, but we have fast charging and we have a charging brick in the box. Competitors don't have that. That should be a major win for them, folks. You gotta get over it, man. You cannot harp on that because it is definitely not something to complain about at this point, I guess, when you know this phone charges way faster than those two could ever do on their best day. Yeah, so I'm over the wireless charging conversation. If it's important to you, I get it. I'm not saying what you want is not important, but think of it in a broad spectrum of, okay, so it doesn't have wireless charging. How does the phone compensate from that? A charging brick in the box. Now, while we're talking about in the box, not only does it have a charging brick in the box, it came with protection right in the box. It came with a screen protector and it came with a case as well. No one else is doing that anymore. So for the money spent, this is the better deal, period. Now, while we talk about charging, battery life on this one is in fact better than both of those devices in my use. It's better. It charges to 100 faster and then it lasts longer and it gets a better experience overall with battery life. It's just what it is. Performance is kind of they all do their own thing. They all work great. So this one doesn't perform any better than any other foldable that I use. It's just that, again, package wise, yeah, it has this cool touch where you can make the folders small or big. I think that's pretty cool. You go into it and you shrink the folder down. That's really cool, man. And when you enlarge the folder, you can get right into everything without having to do anything. Yeah. But when the folder's small, you have to go into the folder. So I think that's a really cool touch that they've done here with the software. And then, you know, when you talk about the software, OnePlus is known for customizations, and this is just what it is, man. You can customize this device right out of the box. If you go into your wallpaper and styles, you can personalize this thing out the yin yang right out of the box. And you can do some things on the other devices, but you do have some things in the software. Like they even have their own side menu for their software. A lot of people don't know about this, but it is something that is actually there. And I like how theirs just kind of hides away. See it disappear? But when I touch up here, it comes back. Yeah, Samsung has had that side menu so long, I just kind of lost interest in it because I know it's there and it's different than their side menu. You know, it's the same, but different. Yeah. See, I think OnePlus, what they did was they sat back and they looked at what everybody else did and they said, you know what, we're going to change that. We're going to do it like this. We will win some of these people over. We will get them to see that we can make a nice foldable device, period. That's just what it is. So when it comes to the displays, Samsung has a great display. The Pixels display is at the bottom of the list for all of these. I will put these in a very close, you know, they're so close, it's going to be hard for me to just say, oh, the OnePlus is better because it has the brighter display. Samsung has some of the best displays, and Samsung's displays are in other devices. So, but the Pixels display of all these, it's at the bottom of the food chain. It just doesn't compete with either one of these when it comes to overall brightness, clarity, quality, and viewing things on it for the color representations of the things so that you're watching. So yeah, again, OnePlus did it right. They did so many things right with the display. It's impeccable for what you get. And this is the least of these when it comes to price. They did it right. So performance and speakers, this has spatial audio too. It has 3 speakers and it sounds pretty good. It's not like the top tier loudest, but for what it is, again, package wise, these 3 speakers, they bang. They hit hard. They're good enough. They're more than adequate. They sound great. Watching a movie on here is going to be phenomenal. Now you do have the Hasselblad setup here. So when you have this device turned on and you're using it, let's put it like this. When you're using it, you can turn on the preview here for what you're doing, and you can also turn on the outer display here for what you're doing as well. So you can see the full screen when you're doing video. It's really nice, man. Especially in video, it kind of really extends out even more. You get even more display right there. You get more display. I like that. I genuinely like that. I think that's one of the hottest. It's just something that is nice on a foldable device. Oh, come on, man. Okay, you're gonna mess with me on camera. That's fine. Okay, seriously, it must be a lot of people out there that want this phone to fail. This phone has never had any kind of quirks or anything happen. But hey, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But having the display, the outer display like that, being able to use it, and if you fold it like this, you get the camera controls right here, which is really, really nice. I think that's a huge plus. So OnePlus has really thought this through, but more importantly, the quality that comes from this thing is absolutely great. Let me see if I got something recorded I can show you here. Oh yeah, I got a lot of stuff recorded. I've recorded a few things with this thing, man. It's definitely very nice. Let's crank the brightness a little bit. Let's take a quick listen, I guess.
Yes, I did it. I bought another one of these caseology cases. I bought one for my Pixel 8 and my Pixel 8 Pro, and I liked them so much, I went back in.
Yeah, I recorded that video with this particular phone. I like to use the products to showcase them. I think it's what we should do if we're going to buy all these expensive products. As a creator, I like to create with the products that I'm using. I've been like that since day one, though. I've been using a cell phone on the camera. And I think on the channel, I think a lot of people start with a cell phone. That's all they have. And, today's quality is just ridiculous. These cameras are just that great. That's just what it is. So using these cameras to create, it's been just phenomenal. It's just one of the best experiences that you can possibly get. That's just what it is. I have used these to record so many things on the channel, and sometimes I'll tell you in the video, this is what I'm using, period. This is what I'm using. So I think one thing that agitated me with this device, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, I think I talked about it already online, I might have, is that I can't use it on my Visible account. It says that it's not compatible. At least transferring an eSIM, it says it's not compatible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a physical SIM from Visible, because that's my main carrier. Now, obviously, it works with T-Mobile, US Mobile, AT&T. It works with all those other GSM providers and just companies that use a SIM card predominantly. Verizon now uses SIM cards, obviously. Visible does have a SIM card, but a lot of the companies now, they want you to use eSIM so you can activate service faster. That's all it is. So if you've used this device with Visible, please let me know if it works. If this works on the Verizon network, let me know. That way I'll go ahead and get my eSIM transferred over to a physical SIM again, and I can start using this as my daily driver, like my main daily driver. Because right now I have 2 Pixels and an iPhone, and I want to switch out the iPhone 15 Pro for this, and I want to get a physical SIM card to do so. But I don't want to do all that switching and then it doesn't work with Verizon network. I'd have to do some research, so I'm not going to rely on you to say that. But if you have already used this on Verizon network or Visible, let me know in the comments. I really would appreciate it. Overall, folks, it's been a great 2 weeks with this device. I can't put it down. Content, recording, anything you can think of, it's just been great. And I feel like, the comments that I was making in the past about it being a phone of the year, it's possible, folks. It is possible. I don't have any quarrels with it not having wireless charging, and everybody who keeps saying it's not a first gen device, folks, get over this. Stop wasting your energy on that. You know exactly what I'm saying. Where I live at in the United States, OnePlus has no other folding devices that they've ever launched. And if you're going to tell me about the European market, the phones that are not, please go research me first before you start trying to tell me I don't know something. I think you guys in those last videos just wasted so much of your good, valuable energy on something so petty by me telling you this is the first gen device for OnePlus. It is a first gen device. I don't care if it's rebranded, whatever. That's been happening for years. But where do you live? I'm promoting something. I'm talking about something in the United States to people who live in the United States. that is where this device is and can be purchased. Oh, I can import whatever. I can import the red version of this. It is what it is, but this is the official US version of this device. And this is the first OnePlus folding device in the United States. You will get over yourself. Nonetheless, with that being said, I love this first gen device from OnePlus. I think it's the best folding device on the market right now. It is just hot. And I think a lot of people are shocked that they did so good out of the gate. You just are looking for things to go wrong with it. I haven't had a battery problem. The only issue I've ever had was trying to close the camera right there. Something happened with the camera. That's the first time that's ever happened, and it'll probably be the last. I just haven't had any issues with this device at all. No overheating, no nothing. Done long recordings with it. The battery life is great. The performance is great. The hardware is the best of any foldable I've ever touched lately. And it is just a win. The price is right for these foldables like this. Now I'm comparing in the spectrum of this is what every other foldable is ranging from. This one did it right for what they're offering you right out of the gate. They did it the best. Give credit where credit is due. Stop being petty about, oh, it doesn't have wireless charging and it should be in there. Oh, it's not a first gen device. Get over it, please. Let's enjoy this stuff together. It is not that deep. You can tell me all you want to. This is a first gen. This is not a first gen device. This is a first gen device. I'm saying it right now because I know you guys. Some of you guys are still gonna be getting in the comments and say it's not a first gen device. You need to learn it. Okay, you'll be all right. This device is hot. Like it or not, it is better than the Pixel Fold, and it is better than the Z Fold 5 on its worst day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.